Hi, hello dear. So I said in my last video that I would talk more about my trip, and the second part of this video series is me going to South Korea. So this is a country that I've recently wanted to go to. I do like K-pop and I like learning about other cultures. So the trip that I went on was, I think I said before, it was a dual trip. So we were going to Japan and South Korea. And let me tell you something. South Korea is so beautiful, but again, so hot during the summer. And it's very hilly. So if you're going to go there, be ready for the hills that you have to walk up to. But it's so nice. People are so very kind, and they're so willing to help you out there. And it's so funny. The first night we went there, we went and got some soup, and the person who was running the restaurant came in and they were like, "You're taking too long trying to pay for it." And they took the money out of my hand to pay for everybody. So it was really funny, but it was kind of shocking how like they're willing to just be like, "We can do this for you. We can help you." The same thing happened with Korean barbecue, which I'm going to show a video about or a clip of later on. But they were so willing to like help us out with the Korean barbecue and everything like that. And it was such a beautiful country. We also did a temple stay, and that was very interesting and very eye-opening. It was a really great integration into culture. But I had a really good time in South Korea. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting to have a good time, and I had a good time. I definitely would go back again. It was so nice. But I'm going to show you clips like I did with the other video and probably talk over it and give a little bit more explanation of what we were doing. And then I will see you back here. Bye. So when we first got to Incheon Airport, we saw this really beautiful display and we were kind of disoriented, but it was a pretty good flight, really quick. Afterwards, we were on the bus and we met up with our tour guide, who was really nice. She was super organized and had signs up for us and everything. It was really cool. After we were able to put down our luggage in our hotel, our tour guide took us on a walking tour around East Incheon. And there's a whole lot of little shops and everything around, and it was really cool to see everything. One of the really cool things that we saw was a candy stall, and they were making something called Dragon's Beard candy, and it's traditional, and he went through the whole process from beginning to end on how it was made, and even afterwards he gave us a free sample so that we could try it, and it was so cool and it was really yummy. Actually, it tasted kind of like frosted mini wheats, and they have things that they will put inside. We got ones that had almonds in it, but you could get chocolate and other things and candy and sweets in there, and it was really pretty good. My friend got some too, and she really enjoyed it. The next full day, we went into Seoul proper, and we started off in Gangnam, which was definitely the rich people part of Seoul. It was very glitzy and glamorous, and it was a lot of walking. While we were in Gangnam, we actually saw the huge statue for Gangnam Style by Psy. It's giant. And then we were in COEX Mall. We found this ginormous library. It was just packed full of books, with a Starbucks on the first floor and a bakery on the second floor. You can't check out any of these books, but it's a defunct library, but it was just giant and so beautiful and so gorgeous, as you can see. We practically had to be torn away for our next event, but as you can see, it was so much fun to be in there. After that, we went to the Lotte Tower in Seoul. It is 123 floors, and throughout the whole time you're going in waiting to go up on the elevator up, they show you all of the background and everything that they had, and the history of the giant building, which was really cool. As you can see, it's so pretty and full of lights and everything. This is the 118th floor of the Lotte Tower, and as you can see, that's the Han River. I didn't realize it was so giant. You see them in K-dramas all of the time, but it was very gorgeous up there. After that, we did a cooking class, and in our cooking class, we made yachijeon, which is a vegetable pancake, and we also made bulgogi, which is marinated beef. Both were so good. It was kind of a chaotic cooking class, if I'm being honest, but it was still really fun. That's my friend marinating the beef for us to be able to eat it. And then afterwards, it's another person in our group who is making or stir frying the vegetables for our little pancake. After that, we decided to walk around Seoul, and our first major encounter that we saw was a cute little hamster in their RC car, which was so cute. While we were walking around, we saw an outdoor concert, and they were playing like classical Disney music and things like that. It was really cool. And it looked like they were going to be doing other stuff, but it was so neat to see that. And of course, we're not going to leave South Korea without finding some skincare. So this is a store called Olive Young, and it was just full of Korean makeup and skincare and all of this stuff. And then they also had snacks, and it was a really cool experience. I loved it. After that, we were just walking around at night in Seoul and just seeing the nightlife that they had. We kind of just wanted to get back to our hotel, but it was really cool to be out there. Granted, it was very hot. It was hot the whole day, even at night. It was just hot, but fun. So the next day, we took a trip in the rain yet again to Jeongju. And we were going to do a temple stay that we were scheduled to do in Jeongju. So this is our ride there through the rain. It was a long trip, and I think I tried to fall asleep, but I just couldn't. But it's so you see how mountainous Korea is. It's really gorgeous. When we got there, we ended up having to be in a off-site place. So this is where we were staying our accommodations because we could stay in the temple. This was outside our little cabins. As you can see, it was pretty outside, pretty far removed from the city. There's a lot of greenery there. And again, it was raining, so we were kind of waiting in the rain until we could get over to the temple, which is Bulgaksa Temple. It was pretty gorgeous, and you'll be able to see it later. So this temple is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So before we actually did our temple stay where we did meditation and things like that, we did a tour around, and you can see all of the cool things that they have. I would love to go back and do a proper temple stay again. After our temple stay, we went to Donggong Palace, which is an older palace in South Korea's history. This is all that's left, but it was gorgeous, and you could see all of these amazing historical things. When we got back to Seoul, we were treated to proper Korean barbecue. This was actually my first time ever having Korean barbecue, and it was delicious, and you can see that's one of the workers helping us make that for our dinner. And last but not least, we went back to the Underground Mall to do more shopping after dinner for our last night in Seoul. And this is us leaving our hotel and going to Incheon Airport yet again because we're done with Seoul. It's time for us to come back to the States. I had some issues with my flight. It kept getting delayed, but that didn't really impact how great the trip really was. All of the cool things that we did, and I couldn't help but think that I didn't want to leave. But you know, we all have to go back to reality someday. But it was a trip that I will absolutely never forget. It was so much fun, and I would love to go back. Okay, I'm back, and I have my light stick with me. This is for Mamamoo, and I don't know if I'll be able to find another one, so I'm glad that I found it where I did. It was in that underground mall that there was a clip of. But yeah, it was such a beautiful place, and it was so cool to go to a country that I had never been to and never thought I was ever going to go to. And it's the same way with Japan. I never thought I'd be able to go to Japan, and the fact that I was able to go to both countries was such a cool experience and such a nice experience. And I'm so glad that I could share that with the internet. I would really love to go back, and I think I said earlier that I am planning on going back with another friend, and I plan to do more stuff the second time going to Japan, and hopefully I can go to South Korea again, but I really also want to start traveling to other countries, like European countries and African countries and stuff like that. But you know, that'll happen when it happens, if it happens. I'm not going to hold myself to like, I'm going to these countries, because you never know what's going to happen. But it was really fun, and I'm glad that I could share that with you guys. I'm going to try to do another video of other stuff. There are video games and manga that I want to talk about again, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and probably other stuff that I just want to chat about. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you the next time I see you. Bye.